Hello, this is JuneUniverse at Ninja Intuitive 3 minutes blind quickies. Thank you for co-creation of this energy of oneness, allowing me in your experience at this time of your day by listening, requesting reading, and healing. This is JuneUniverse. This is the first Monday of the month, May 2016 today. It's officially, totally in the middle of springtime. I am noticing very much spring in being part of nature, I suppose. Because sometimes I really feel that human being is, of course, the part of the creator of Mother Earth. And springtime is all the plants and, flowers are blooming and it's just the waking up from the winter time and open up. And then so is human being, generally. That's what I really feel lately. So me and people around me, my friends, I'm noticing that it's really a spring season enjoyment. So let us start with a weekly check-in to see how we are and being current so that we can use this together moments here for the most useful way. So what we do here is that each week we give ourselves a conscious attention to notice what we are thinking, how's our mind, feeling, and physical state, emotions. So then consciously breathe in the air into our body and to realign everything in here now in our body. And then that time, we would like to choose the feeling that we like to resonate. And so that embodying the feeling to more defined, aligned state to using this together energy we co-create here, sharing this mutual moments by participating the energy of oneness for each other to use this group of energy for our own local realignment. For doing so, we need each other. So I really appreciate your joining me here and participating in this co-creation of together energy. So let's do the weekly checking. Where are you? The feeding. Give your attention to your feeding and mood. What kind of feeding you are with right now? If you are driving, it might be difficult to write it down, but if you are handy grabbing pen and paper, I highly recommend you to write it down to just to make a documentation of your mode feeding. So then that will help us to review where we are because we forget all the time. And it's nice to be reminding as a documentary, So I am noticing myself right now is actually very emotionally charged. I am so emotional today. Emotionally active, like up and down, up and down. That's what I'm noticing. So the feeding, overexcited, full of energy, overexcitement, overexcited, overexcited. How about you? If you need an energy, I'm gonna share my energy. I would love to. So just notice where you are at the feeding and then write it down as today's date, the May 2nd, 2016. If you're joining me live or you're a podcast listener archive, then just write it down with your today's date at your time of your day. So, and then at this end of today's gathering, what kind of feeling you like to have with you? Let's choose the feeling word that resonate to the state that we like to resonate with. So I would like to choose the feeling at the end of today's gathering, like, because I've been feeling up and down, up and down. So I would like to feel calm and then optimistic. And then the feeling kind-hearted, the little softer, not so edgy, so more optimistic and kind-hearted. That's what I'd like to align, resonate at this today's end of the gathering. How about you? I would like you to choose the feeling word, what kind of feeling, and then we want to embody that feeling using this together moment. So, and then I noted that there is a vocabulary limitation for me that what kind of feeling is available. So I was gonna share the feeding words that to you in handy so that you can choose more variety of feeding and not so much limited, and you can experience more different types of feeding by true resonance. So I will let you know when I share that the feeding word list at my website later. So for today, I just want you to pick the word, the feeding word that you would like to resonate with. Okay, then let's take a long deep breath together 3 times today. Counting 3 from the nose, inhaling, and then slowly exhaling to taking the air and energy inside our body. And then really embody that feeding word that you chose for today, doing so. Okay? So let us take the long deep breath together, counting 3 from the nose now. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. Hold it. Release slowly. One more time. Notice the feeding word that you chose and taking in all the energy from the nose, counting 1 now. 2, 3. Taking all the energy and hold it and release now slowly. The last one with the silence. Let's do it. Go. Thank you. That feels good. So, if you happen to just join now, there in this silence, we are doing a guided experience for breathing exercise. We chose the feeling that we like to have at the end of today's gathering, and embodying that feeling and intaking all the air and energy of the word from the nose, counting 3, and then breathe deep, and then exhaling together to connect with the energy of field of oneness. We are co-creating, all of us participating for this energy. So thank you. I feel really good. Very grounded and open. I was not expected to this count as you guys really good. I'm so happy. Hope that you are also utilizing this together energy for your own feeding, that we can use this energy to adjust ourselves in a local state as the way we want to. So intentional choice and participation to your own creation is the key for your sharing participation of this together moment. So thank you. I'm really happy being connecting with you today here. So today's awareness sharing, what my noticing and want to share here is that the space. I've been sharing this space in a different word, like the void, and how important space for us to create the new. And again, that this space came to my attention today in this flow in kind of new way, and I was surprised in the way that how we can noticing the way of giving or creating the space for ourselves, and then especially like internal work for this noticer sharing this information today is because we can create the space around us also. And again, the to me is the external outer world around us is the extension of our internal world. So when internally like need an organization, and then most likely my external environment is also chaotic. Especially when you are in the middle of creation. That's the part of creation and creative energy. So nothing wrong with it. However, it's nice to periodically clean and define for healthy growth to make the energy flow in a healthy way. So this noticing point is the internal space, and somewhat you can use the internal blocks, but it doesn't need to be blocks, but just need a space for new to come in. That doesn't need to be the issues or challenges or problems that need to let go, but you just naturally need the new space to having new, like if there's a pie, and then you want to clean up for a new to come. And there is an pattern, because human behavior and thinking, everything is energy, and energy travels in pattern, and we are a patterned creator. Like we create patterns by doing the same thing on and making an autopilot, and then something that we like to do and something it's not serving well anymore, but we still keep doing it somewhat went into down to the subconscious level, and then we don't even notice what we've been repeating until we bring that into under awareness, or somewhat revealed to come under awareness. So that awareness came noticing that this pattern is no longer serving like it used to be, but it's no longer serving. So we want to let that go consciously. And there isn't a component that energy pattern, we can remove that pattern to give a new pattern that is more aligned to newness. And when we remove that old part of us, the wisdom came from that pattern energy, because we learn from the pattern and the wisdom is there too. And that wisdom and also the energy that the pattern was holding is remaining with us even we remove the pattern. You know what I'm saying? I was like, whoa, there's a different component that I was with the idea of when I removed the old pattern, and then that energy component, and then also the whole thing is removed, like dumping, dumping, like a cut from just like a pie, and this portion is no longer needed, and then cut it out, and then remove. But it's not like that. Just like when you are really sad, and then at the same time you can have excitement simultaneously. You know the feeling? Because even if you're really sad and missing someone, but you can have a great time with your friends at the same time. So it's a different levels and simultaneous complex that we are with as a human, as a person. So my noticer noted that when we even remove the pattern, old pattern, but the energy remains. However, the pattern is no longer there because we removed the old pattern. So the energy is available to invite the new pattern or whatever, there's a space, but the energy is available. And then the wisdom came from the experiences that the old pattern serving us to make us as is. It served the purpose, and that wisdom from the experience remain. So it's not going to be gone even we remove the pattern itself. That's fascinating, isn't it? So that we can give a clean space with the remaining energy, and then the wisdom, and then something new pattern to be create. So that's the space. Whoa, that is fascinating. Because I thought that everything is like a disappear, but it's not the case. So just let that go, all the pattern. But in order to do so, we must be conscious about. So we don't see. So it must come to the awareness, Then we can change the pattern or remove and then make the new pattern there using the ritual, like a new habit. And then when we do 17 times, that's the human cycle system, that it becomes a new pattern. So we can replace that or bring the new to the space that we created with the energy that's already available, and use the wisdom to make it more efficient using the human system, because we use the system and we become more better and better. As long as we're conscious about it, that's a fascinating system that we have as a human. So it's up to us to use that system consciously or subconsciously. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I highly recommend you to do the journaling, to just write it down what you're noticing every day, like even the one page, like A4, like a letter size, one page, just write it down, like even the bending of what comes to you, just write, and then don't touch it, and do it for 2 weeks. And then notice what you are letting that out. So that brings some information that what you are not noticing consciously, but subconsciously you are holding or being with um, in everyday activity. So that gives a clue to notice the pattern, that something that you can replace into a more aligned pattern to what you are creating intentionally. If you are unfamiliar with the intentional creation, let's say like, wouldn't it be nice to create the wishes consciously, make the dream to make it as a reality? And dream is in a dream, in a sleeping dream, but to make the dream as an actual wishes and the goals to experience as if you are dreaming in the actuality. So that is possible. And making the one wish consciously to notice what we are noticing, and then following the step that we're doing each week to create the new reality. It's a conscious living, goal-oriented life experience, living with clarity, new reality living. So each week I like to share this tips and awareness, like what came to my noticing, to sharing helpful tips or energy that you might be resonate to your local creation, because each one of us has a unique experience in local, and then together energy state, the field of oneness, we combine our attention and create the group energy to support one another with the group unity power, and something that we need each other to create the unity. So this is what it is, and then sharing what we are noticing, feeling, and then we can take only the portion that resonate to your unique local experience. So if you have any questions, and please write me at JuneUniverse at thefutureforecaster.com by email, or go into www.thatfutureforecaster.com, www.thatfutureforecaster.com, to share your voice. And I am going to provide the intuitive insight for anonymously requested needs here. But that's also the things that to sharing what can be available as an insight for those who need some sort of personal, somewhat challenging to talk about in a traditional way, but it would be nice to have as an insight or information more deeper than Google gives you as a feedback, and more personal touch to your personal experience. And then you can choose if it's resonate, you can take it to make it, better choices for your creation. So that's what the community is. And we need the together energy to make as one community to serve each other's needs. And my wish is I've been with this intuitive energy community for over last almost like 12 years, and such helpful. In which way? Is like my life became such easier, like having a support without sharing all the details of life, because our life is such a complex. And if finding someone that you really understand in each aspect of each other's life, and then we cannot live life because we need to spend a whole effort to get to know that deeper level, but it doesn't serve the life needs. But energetically, intuitively, without knowing that, but providing the insight for one another, it's such a healing and useful resource and support. And so that's the reason that I'm providing the energy intuitive community here is anonymously providing insight and healing and group energy. So please use this function as to as your resource for everyday life. And so speaking of the space, yeah, we can free up the space and create the new pattern, remaining the energy and wisdom already available, even if we remove the old pattern. And then another thing is that the health and balance it's such a theme for my life. Because I have a tendency, I choose to focus so hard and then do nothing. It just isn't there any middle nice balance that I can create? Do it all the time or not doing any. So it's just a nice balance, and everybody has their own way to balance out of everything. As long as if it's comfortable and serving your needs, that's the best balance. But if you feel that there is more room to enhance that balance, like feeding myself entire my life and then still walking, I'm getting better though. So there isn't a way to enhance. So I'm noticing many balance related aspect by my notice of me. So many tips for balancing aspect if you're also looking for the balancing into your experience. This is one of them. So emotional and intellectual, physical, these balance, because when we having the new, letting go of old, so it's like an open space, and then other part of us, human being, need all connected. It could be a complex. So the emotion, when we do so, the emotion comes bringing informations, right? Feelings, like the four feelings: angry, anxiety, sad, mad, excited, all these feelings. And also the intellectual, like a mind state, thinking too much, like a twisted thinking or thinking deep. I'm a deep thinker, but it's like, that intellectual part is also there. And then when you think too much, and then that brings the feeling, and then sometimes like anxiety, like panic attack kind of. So, and then that anxiety feeling, it's bringing the physical uncomfort. It's like all connected. Of course, we are like complex human being. And then here's an awareness, like witnessing or what is happening. So knowing what's happening and separation, but it's knowing what you are experiencing, because emotion brings information and your thinking is useful. So each component is the awareness, is the conductor of composing it. So that's another reason that journaling is very helpful, to be in touch with your observer self, noticer, to redirecting your attention to align to the true north, which is the wish, dream, goals that you would like to experience. And sometimes it's when you get into so much creator portion and then too close to ourselves, and it's difficult to give distance to take a look from the bird's eye. So it's nice to have the community, get the insight to take a bird's eye look and see, where am I, like what's the progress, where the journey point. So what would be better alignment? And it's just, having that new view of your own creation. It's always a nice. So please use that way for this anonymous community. So the healthy balance is also important, and it comes to reviewing my week was like I'm so excited and down, up and down. I think it's natural, so excitement, like emotionally so charged, and then whoa, this is great. And then after the party, and physical get tired, and my physical you need to catch up my spirit. Spirit is like excited, bringing all the emotions and new ideas and interacts, and inspired, and so the balance. So that's what the things I have noticed, and it's good to move on to the next stage to bring this intuitive reading or healing for today as a 3 minutes blind quickie. Let's see how we can do. Okay. So I would like to do the 3 minutes blind reading for this week and choosing this request. And I would like you to embody the feeling that you chose for today's gathering at the end of this gathering. What kind of feeling you like to have, that feeling word. I would like you to embody when I'm doing and providing the insight. And then at the same time, send a good thought to this insight requester as if their experience perfect experience in their reality, in a good thought. And then that energy is coming back to you, is this universal energy return system. So when you send out, coming back to your local state. So that's the beauty of doing this group work. So let me choose this request. I think I would like to choose the relationship. The symbol assigned for this relationship is sun. Okay, I'm gonna give 3 minutes. Sip my coffee here. The relationship, the sun. I have a sense that this relationship is kind of like a parents-children type of relationship. The love is supposed to be connected to a down-the-earth, reliable, respect, trustworthy. It's supposed to be, but somehow it twisted in a way that Journey took in the both of you. However, right now I'm seeing it's generally fair and clear communication and understanding, and I'm having a sense of respect for each other. Even you guys are not so much like a couple. If you are friends and they might be not choosing each other as a good friend, but because of the dynamic that it's already there, and then it's sort of like accepting as is now finally, because it's been quite a journey. I'm sensing that it's coming from the old traditional family trees or belief system that coming from your mother's side, and that is very strict, and a strong desire to carry on regardless of your willingness. And you might be not aware of how strongly you are influenced by that sort of belief, by the history. And here comes the relationship that to be told that it is not resonating, or there's a better way to connect with, you may have no idea, and that is okay for you. However, from the other side, like a child side is it's more open-minded, like sky is the limit. And and again, that sun is appreciated to bring in this, abundant. However, it needs to have a nighttime too, and a contrast also, and it's more of preferring the balance. So if you can be open to the balance, that you may have no idea about your policy or your philosophy, but just be open to it, the other idea, to connect with this person. I'm generally seeing that current relationship is stable. Before was unreliable, but now it's stable. And then I think you both can remain in the current participation stance, and then to be who you are as authentic self, to remain in, to get to know each other from this participation stance for this relatedness. I'm sending a lots of love and willingness to be open from your side. Good luck. Thank you for your request. This is the relationship, and the sign symbol of sun. Okay, then next reading is the love life, and the symbol is Primrose. Okay, here is the 3 minutes for you to start. I have a sense that something inside of the yoke need to be released. It's sort of like wrapped around with the protection, and sort of like hiding, not in a negative way, but it's not necessary to show until this point. However, that now seems to be a time to revealing that what's inside, really, like a cellular level, to really like peed in and naked in. It's like a core level, like a raw love, very raw, RAW, law. I have a sense that this is very natural, and both of participant of this love life feels so much connected in the authentic level, and knowing that there's a potential to grow and being together in the beautiful sky under the sun, to promising future. However, currently it's sort of like need a little bit of build up from this rawness to make it as and building up that physicality around the feelings and emotions and connections and intellect and ideas that share with this raw love. So it's like a more based on what you've been already have, to make it as an earth reality, physical, piece by pieces. And then I have a sense that one person is already starting it to make it available in earthy way, representing what you've already confirmed in the energetic level, and it's already written, so it's the stages of to bring that into give birth in earth reality, means like a three-dimensional way, like building the cells around is starting from own physicality in a healthy way. It's, I think it's the balance is very important in the both of the balance, energetic balance, yin and yang, male female, and then also the individual balance, that to really owning that each seed to getting together as a couple. So now is a good time to work on that building state from each others individually, and then at some level connect in the earth reality will come in. I'm getting the sense sometimes around October or November. November 11 would be a perfect to get use that energy as in a gateway on the physical level to make it as something like really accomplishing based on the master plan. It's more getting into the schematic so that you both can check how you're progressing until design development. This is like a very construction site, but I'm seeing like a master plan is done, and then it's like a material purchasing department is kind of busy enhancing the each part to make it stronger. Foundation is already there, so it's like a building what's based on the stronger foundation is the stage now I'm seeing. I'm sending lots of love, and find a way to send the connection and feed in there in this period in the way that you can. No need to expect the response from it, but just as the way you can, just let it out, and then each other can sense that energy to bring that into the next time frame, into encourage you both to get to know the progress in the earth reality. Good luck. Thanks for your request. This is Love Life, Primrose. Thank you. This is JuneUniverse. You can request your own reading going to www.thatfutureforecaster.com, www.thatfutureforecaster.com. How's our time? 2 more minutes. So let me pick the heating a little bit. One heating request. Heating, self-confidence, expression. Okay. The heating confidence. I'm getting a sense that it is very nice to wear the color red to put yourself availability onto earth reality to make you feel safe, that to feel you are perfect already in your physical body, and build that energy connection to the earth reality to express a little bit. No matter what you get as a response, just don't accept it. Just practice to connect the Mother Earth and find a safe space to speak out. Just do the exercise each day, any medium, any way you can find to practice the connection with self and the earth reality. Good luck. So how's your exercise for feeding embodiment? I chose optimistic and kind-hearted feeding. Let us take a long deep breath together, counting 3 from the nose now. 1, 2, 3. Hold it and release to embodying this feeling. Thanks for your co-creation of energy of oneness. I see you next time. Until then, all my love and healing. Bye.